JP here checking in live, respectmyregion.com. We are here today on another episode of the California Cannabis Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you guys by sparkscan.com. They are your go-to resource for retailers and brands for marketing help on Weedmaps, Leafly, and Yelp. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest that works with a very special company that's near and dear to the RMR family's hearts. We have Nitaya of Yummi Karma. Did I get it? Did I hit it?
You did.
Yes! Come on, it only took me 4 tries, folks. I was able to get her name correct after ruining someone's name this morning on a previous episode. So big shout out to Javier this morning for taking it. And thank you, Nithya, for being a guest here with us today. Today, we are going to be talking about Yummi Karma's latest products and Hall of Flowers. I saw some items courtesy of a little tour with Shelby. And I'm hoping that you got some of those goodies there with you today.
I do. I have our like at least I have our newest drop of our bright side tincture. So like
Yep. Perfect.
I have what it looks like right here.
That's that's the dragon fruit run, correct?
This is the dragon fruit. Yes.
Yeah.
This is actually when we very first like dropped it, it was named dragon fruit, and we kind of just went back and named it bright side. So it could be a little bit more clear on like what the product is and like what it's used for.
Yummi Karma is a brand that is all about intentional wellness, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously women-led, women-owned, women-operated. I believe pretty much every member on the team is all women, if I'm not mistaken. Couple dudes in there now.
We at least have one guy that works with us.
Yeah. There we go. But overall, woman brand for women for women, right? And there's something to be said about the intentionality there of this brand and how well executed these products are, from the flavors to the dosings to the formulation. Nithya, what are some of your favorite things with this new product line? What gets you real excited about these items? Talk to me a little bit about that. Help us bring some clarity there.
I mean, I just love like how approachable like we can make cannabis by making them in this form where it's really flavorful, really accurate dosing, and very customizable based on, each person's own preferences. And then I also just love how we're using the cannabinoids and different cannabinoids. And that's one thing that I really love about Brightside is like it's a CBG heavy product, which is a kind of lesser known cannabinoid right now. But as we know, these things usually grow in popularity as people find out like what benefits they can bring them. So it just makes me really excited that like we can bring this to the people and just make it really accessible and easy.
They talk about weed for the people, and often the THC gets a lot of that attention. But in reality, it's these minor cannabinoids that really make a pretty profound difference depending on the person and their daily life, right?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, we find that everybody's body chemistry is a little different. And like when you introduce these different cannabinoids into it, you kind of find out like what it does for you. And then people can start to explore different things that might not be so like intoxication heavy, but more like, things that can flow with you throughout your day. Like, our bright side, we made as more of a daytime tincture, something that's not going to like, make you feel super faded, but that will take the edge off, help with like clarity, focus, relaxation, things like that. And, we make all kinds of tinctures. So we kind of hit so many different, like you said, intentional, like we hit all kinds of different needs.
That dragon fruit bright side, is that the only new flavor? There were some other ones, correct? Or was there some other recent ones that were added to the lineup as well?
Yeah, something that we're kind of known for is our 1,000 milligram flavors. So we just came out with a sour cherry flavor, which is our very first sour flavor. We're really excited. We're all about flavors. We've came out with so many different flavors over the years. So just really excited to just bring something a little bit new and fresh to like our lineup.
I love that sour cherry. It sounds delicious. One of my all-time favorite flavors from you guys, the peach one. That peach tincture is phenomenal. I drink a lot of teas and lemonades. So just mixing that into basically every single thing that I drink for a couple of weeks is just such a phenomenal way to integrate it into my life.
I love that. Yeah, our Just Peachy is actually like one of our more popular tinctures for sure.
What's your starting five on the Yummy Karma lineup? I'm a basketball guy. March Madness is in full swing. We're almost towards the end of it here. What's your starting five on your Yummy Karma flavors, Nithya?
I mean, yeah, our Lights Out is probably, it's our best seller and it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of my
That's the sleep
favorites.
one.
Yeah. Sleep, 1,000 milligram sleep plus our herbal sleep formula. So there are a few tinctures that we make that are infused with things besides cannabis, or herbal infusions. So yeah, I love Lights Out. I love Mood Magic, honestly.
Mm.
That's the one that we created just for women. It's a PMS relief tincture, which is raspberry flavored. That one's delicious.
Ooh.
Wicked apple, that's another just 1,000 milligrams, straight up 1,000 milligram, but the apple flavor is so delicious. Then
Pour
yeah,
that in. Pour that in your lemonade from 7-Eleven and down that one before we go do something.
oh
Let's
heck yeah.
go.
That's the one that I feel like we've done like kind of the most like recipes and like drink infusions with because it's just very easy to mix into things. I made
Mm-hmm.
like a wicked apple lemonade for Halloween last year. That was really fun. Okay, so how many was that so far? Like three?
Yeah. The Mood Magic, the Wicked Apple, and
Like
that the Lights Out.
I also really love our Beauty Sleep, which is that one's a CBD only tincture that has the sleep or herbal sleep formula in it as well. That one's just like a just really good relaxing tincture, and like if you've already been smoking a bunch of THC, like CBD just kind of balances it out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that one's really good, and then
Last but not least.
last but not least, I would probably say another sleep tincture, which is our Drift Away. That
Wow, you
French.
guys have different ratios and different ingredients in these various sleep tinctures.
Yeah, we have because like sleep is something that like so many people have issues with, and then people have like all kinds of different preferences when it comes to like milligram amount.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So we have different offerings. The 1,000 milligram lights out for those like heavy hitters. Drift Away was our first sleep tincture, so like that's why it has like a very special place in my heart. And then the French vanilla flavor that it has is just really yummy, and that was like the original tincture that we had our sleep formula in. But Drift
mm-hmm.
Away is a little bit different because that one does have melatonin in it, whereas none of
Ooh,
our sleep tinctures do.
yeah. Nitaya, I'm sorry, Nithya. How long have you been with the company? How long have you? Because when I'm hearing you talk about all these different cannabinoids and these different ingredients and the effects of all this, seems like you've got some serious experience here on the Yummy Karma tincture train.
Oh, I appreciate that. I definitely do. I started with Yummy Karma in 2017
Oh
as
wow.
like I started, very much like from the bottom, like brand ambassador part-time. I had waited a while before I was even hired. Like I was like knocking down their door, like I really wanted to be a part of this company, and I kind of have just worked my way up in the past, what's that, about 8 years. I've worked very many different positions in this company to where I am now as the director of product, which makes a lot of sense for me because I've always been very opinionated about our products.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
I was just gonna say, what is the official title with you? Because hearing you talk about these items, it's as if you run the show on these new items now.
I definitely, play a big part when it comes to, the creation and like the life of the product from bringing
Mm-hmm.
it to from conception to reality. I run the R&Ds when we're, just playing around with flavors and different ratios and stuff. So yeah, I have a big hand in them, and it's been really really cool for me because I have a lot of experience in the industry in general. I've been in the cannabis industry for 14 years now.
Wow, that is a journey. How did you get into it? What was that like for you? A lot of Southern California only, or elsewhere too?
Southern California only. This is my
Man,
born and raised, my territory, all that. I started, like
oops, sorry, folks. Look like we're having a little minor technical difficulty here. Let's go ahead and see if we can get her brought back for a brief moment. A good time for you guys to like, follow, and subscribe to the episode. This episode features Yummy Karma. You guys could definitely learn more about the tinctures and whatnot there, but I'm going to go ahead and bring her back as she looks like she's unfrozen. Whoop, whoop, welcome back.
okay, so sorry that I don't know what
No,
happened.
no, no. It's all good. It's all good. The
It happened.
internet and all the technological things. Um, so how did you get going in the industry? 14 years is a long time. What were you doing before? How did you get into it? Wow, 14. That's a very long time in weed.
It is. I feel like a veteran at this point. I started like a lot of people do bud tending before legalization, obviously 14 years ago. So, working those trap shops, working those crazy, crazy hours, 12 to 16 hours sometimes in those shops. But I'm so grateful for that. I did that for about 7 years. I'm really grateful for
Wow.
the time because I got to talk to, thousands of customers. I got to really hear like what cannabis did for them, like what their preferences were, the reasons why they used it. Got to see people's lives like be better because of it. So I mean that really gave me a really solid foundation to like build off of and like feel really secure that like this is what I want to do and I really love doing it. So yeah, I bud tended for a long time, and then I started working, little jobs for brands because those trap shops would close and open. So I had to do something to fill that in between time. And when I heard about Yummy Karma, I mean, like, my ears perked. I was like, what? Like women cannabis? Like this sounds up my alley. And I had seen them at High Times Festival, and that's where I met the owners and kind of, got my little elbow in. Was like, I'd really like
Yep.
to work for them. And I mean, the rest is kind of history at this
The
point.
rest is tincture history, man. Topicals, tinctures, so many flavors, so many ingredients that help improve the overall wellness for people's days. I can only imagine what these R&D sessions are like for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, before like
Some of these items are PMS specific, they're women centric, then it's sleep, then it's different types of sleep. I mean, you literally, you only get one, maybe two types of sleep a day if you're a nap taker or if you're not a nap taker. So
yeah.
it's like at some point, it's like, how to figuring out the efficacy of these products has got to have been tricky. With you as the director of product, what in 20 as of 2025, what goes into creating one of these high level tincture products? I'm not sure that people truly understand what goes into creating a product like this.
I mean, it's a lot of research. It's a lot of, finding out like where the gaps are or like what people want, like what are people asking for? How can we fulfill those specific needs? And then a lot of it too, because, we're a flavored company, it's like kind of figuring out like what kind of flavors people want with their tincture, with their product. So I mean, I
Things
do a
gotta taste good. Things that don't taste good, people don't buy.
Right. I mean, yeah, for sure. When I very first tried a tincture, it skewed my idea of tinctures to thinking that they were not good,
Yeah.
or
Are
like,
they all this way? Am I gonna spend 60 to 80 bucks sometime in those early days? And it's gonna taste like this?
yeah,
Medicine? Ugh, every
some of
time.
them burned too. Like it was
Yeah, that
just an
alcohol
unpleasant,
was terrible back then.
right, exactly. So it's really cool being able to have a product that doesn't do that. That's just like good all the way around.
I think it's super interesting to look at the history of tinctures and just the medical nature of them dating back through prohibition and dating back into even further into history in these other cultures. They tinctures have been used as some form of natural medicine or alternative medicines for years, just as a
Mhm.
delivery vehicle under the tongue. Um, does you know when it comes to the rest of the year, bless you. When it comes to the rest of the year, we're obviously at the end of Q1, now starting Q2, April 1st. This is no April Fool's joke, everybody. This is a real deal episode with you guys bringing the real deal facts from Yummy Karma, tinctures, cannabinoids, all these wonderful things. Nithya, what do you guys have coming up the rest of the year? Are there other products coming out? Do you have is there cool events that you guys are going to be a part of, maybe in 420? Peel back some of the layers there for us.
Yeah, well, we've been like trying to do more like trade shows and just like be more visible because for a little while we weren't. So definitely like just working on like being more in the public. We just did Hall of Flowers, so like that
Mm-hmm.
was great.
What a
Definitely,
booth, man! What a pretty dope. Wasn't even the right. It was so sick, so freaking cool, so
yeah,
beautifully amazing. Wow.
yeah. We're really proud of our collab with like being with Pretty Dope, and just like our whole display was like really show stopping, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the best booth that we've had so far. So just really excited about that.
Yeah, their brand absolutely phenomenal, and paired perfectly with you guys, right? Yummy Karma, High Gorgeous, the Pretty Dope. They had
Yeah.
their award-winning products. You guys had your award-winning products. You had all these wonderful women and personalities and energies all floating around, all helping and ultimately just helping the ladies that were getting the show get that extra love, get these products that are meant for them. I mean, that little uh, uh, cool packaging vape that they had. How cool was that? And even with you guys, bringing out that new flavor with the dragon fruit, with the bright side, just launching new things. Um, kind of circling back, will there be other stuff coming out, in the next 90
Mm.
days? Are we looking forward to the next Hall of Flowers potentially? Is that something that you can't share because you're the director of product and it's G14 classified? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I mean, we're never stopping with Yummy Karma. There'll always be like a new flavor to explore, and like
Okay, so always going to be a new flavor coming soon.
yeah, and like especially when it comes to like different cannabinoids and stuff, and like like just trying to provide like what people would like and want, and like what would be
Mhm.
effective. So there's definitely a couple cannabinoids that like I'm R&Ding, like working on, but I definitely don't want to disclose it just yet.
Let's
But if
go. I love it. Love that.
there's
That's
something
okay. We
exciting,
appreciate you sharing the little plant there. Sharing the seeds of it. What's to come. Can
yeah,
you do me a favor though? Can you show the bright side up in the middle towards the camera so they can get a good
yes.
idea? This is the item, folks, that you guys should be on the lookout for at your guys' local dispensaries across California. Tinctures don't get enough love. Women products don't get enough love. But this one right here, CBG, CBD, and THC. What are the ratios for us, Nithya?
So for bright side, that's 300 milligrams CBG, 300 milligrams CBD, and 30 milligrams THC in the whole bottle.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
The
very much
true
like
microdose on the THC.
very microdose, just like to push off that entourage effect to make all of the other cannabinoids more
We need the
effective.
fire to start, baby. We need a little fire starter. Come on.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it.
Let's go. Let's go. We need a little bit of that magic for the rest of it to blow up and do great things. I love that. And
Yeah.
the goal of Brightside is that mood improvement? Is it energy? Is it focus? What do you guys describe it as the potential impacts of people?
Focus, productivity, stress relief is like how
Mm.
I would kind of sum it up, because the CBG is just like a really good like mental clarity, like focus type vibe. Like, doesn't give you the intoxicated feeling, but it like takes the edge off. It's a great tincture to start your day with. I'd say like it's good like if you're doing like something physical, like going hiking and you just don't want to feel like that drowsy feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people workers, like
THC gets your body high, but it also gets your head high. And coming down off of it does have this sleepiness effect, right? And so if we microdose the THC and we just get these other minor cannabinoids, well, my body's still going to be high and the opposite of inflamed to some degree, right?
Mhm.
While getting that energy, getting that productivity, that burst, if you would. But does the come down as tough as the THC when it's at a lesser level?
I would say that there's hardly any noticeable come down from a product like
Because you're
this.
not that high in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Interesting.
because of that THC level being so low, 1 milligram per dose. Unless you're very, very low tolerance, like lightweight, you're not really gonna notice like the effect of the THC. You'll just notice the overall effect of like feeling more at ease during your day.
When is the proper time to be taking these products? Is this a morning, during the day? Is this a nighttime thing for Brightside? What are your recommendations there in terms of real life, real time application?
Yeah, in real life, I would definitely say this is like a daytime, even like a more like a tincture to start your day with.
Hmm.
It's yeah, it's just a great beginning. That's why we named it Bright Side. It's very like, wake up on the bright side. Like,
Do you mix it? I mean, that flavor of dragon fruit. I know that's in that pink Starbucks drink that's pretty famously popular or whatever. But for those of us that don't maybe drink those pink crazinesses from Starbucks, what would you recommend as a recipe or something to mix that into?
ooh, I mean, one of my favorite things to mix the tinctures into is just like homemade smoothies. Especially
Yes.
since so many of our tinctures are like a fruit flavor, just something that
Smoothie bowl.
Yeah.
with the smoothie bowl topper with it. What?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay. Nadia, this has been great getting to hear about these items, and I get a great sense of your passion and excitement for it. I mean, 14 years in the space, 8 years with this company,
Mhm.
having to make the sacrifices that you've made to just continue grinding towards the goals that you have. And I got a lot of respect for it, and it's been a pleasure having you on here today. I do have a couple more questions. Let's see what let's see what I can finesse out here. What's one of these products that really surprised you with the success? What was the sleeper Yummy Karma product that came out of nowhere and was like, "Yep, we got a winner here"?
I mean, I would say, in my opinion, just peachy was kind of a surprise at how
Mm,
like well received it was. That is a high CBD product, and with the peach flavor, which is obviously very delicious, as you mentioned. But I was just surprised at how quickly it became one of our best sellers, which is showing that there's still like a bit of a demand for high CBD out there.
I loved it, and the high nature of the cannabinoid content was one of the biggest reasons for that for me. For me to be able to drink the fun drinks that I like I mentioned, the Arnold Palmers that exist out there. And I'm just a classic guy. I'll go to McDonald's for $1.50 sweet tea. I got no shame in it. That's because of my mom. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna drink that sweet tea, I'm definitely gonna counteract that sugar in it that I'm gonna overload my body with some good old fashioned just peachy yummy karma. It's a big, and then the other one that I really like too. Shelby's always given us the birthday cake. I feel like that one's another sleeper that
Yeah.
doesn't get enough love because it's one of the fun. It's not like a regular flavor, although
Mhm.
it's normalized. Birthday cake is a normal thing now.
Yeah.
We could both go to the grocery store wherever closest to us. So there's probably birthday cake pops somewhere, if not a Starbucks inside.
Mhm.
The reality of that birthday cake. What are your thoughts there? Is that one that you particularly like? Was that one popular for you guys? What are your thoughts on those kinds of flavors, the cakes?
I mean, I personally love like cake flavors. I mean, I'm a sweets kind of
Do
person,
we
so
put that in coffee then, or what do we mix that with?
oh my gosh, birthday cake. I mean, vanilla, like I would add it to
Ooh.
like something like a vanilla ice cream or like a
Yeah, I
delicious
see. I
vegan.
see. I wasn't. My brain was too focused on how weird of a flavor it was to for me because I'm not a birthday cake person normally. I was kind of getting like tunnel vision on what do I even mix this with? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like even, like in food and stuff like that, like I found that making like frosting with our tinctures actually works really well.
Oh, so using that as another ingredient in another ingredient to
Mhm.
lead to something else. I
Yeah.
love that. How cool is that, man? Frosting, birthday infused birthday cake frosting, or uh, even oh man, I could imagine a birthday cake flavored cheesecake. This is what's so fun about Yummy Karma, right? Is it can be creative, it can be a medical product, it can be all about wellness, but ultimately in this fun recreational adult use product, there's a million ways to utilize it. What's your favorite way to take Yummy Karma, Nithya? What's your favorite? What's your favorite way to? Is it the smoothie? Are we mixing it in coffee? Are we doing it in a tea? What are we doing here for you?
Honestly, I like taking it straight up because the tinctures already taste so good.
Let's
I just
go
drop them under my tongue
to
and
the
I'm
face.
ready to go. Like,
I'm with that. I love that. That's for me. Kind of it would occasionally get to that point with the Just Peachy when I couldn't, when I just didn't want to go subject myself to the McDonald's and the $15 I would go spend in addition to those giant iced teas. Um, Nidhi, I really appreciate your time. Usually, before the end of the episode, I like to give people the floor. I like to give them the chance to just share any information or share some advice or talk, speak of something that they're passionate about. I really appreciate you being here on this episode today, folks. Our episode is brought to you guys by Sparks Can. If you guys need any help, generating marketing dollars off of Weed Maps, Leafly, Yelp, those kinds of things are definitely a great option. So for those of you watching, definitely reach out. But in terms of you, Nithya, the floor is yours of whatever you'd like to share. I appreciate you again.
I mean, just go on our website to find out more about Yummy Karma. Unfortunately, our Instagram was recently deleted because of like censorship issues. So we're just like working on like building up our web presence on our websites and stuff like that. I
Give them
mean,
a follow on the socials, everybody. It's as simple as that, man. Search them online. Yummy Karma. That's Yummi space Karma, Karma. They are available on the various social medias that exist. Go support them on those endeavors, and of course, visit the website. What would you say is the best place for people to place an online order if they're in SoCal? Is there a dispensary chain that we can trust that's pretty much going to have it all the time, or is there a small group you want to show love to that's been with you guys from day one?
I mean, chain wise, it's a little it's a little hard. But I here, like out in Orange County, we work really closely with a store called High Seas.
Cool.
They carry a lot of our, like pretty much all of our products. You can find everything there, and we're on different a couple different delivery platforms, but none of them I think have a big enough presence to be mentioned right now.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I appreciate you showing love to the High Seas fam. For those of you guys watching another episode today of the California Cannabis Podcast, brought to you guys by Sparks. Our guest today, Nitya of Yummi Karma, director of product, tinctures, topicals, a variety of sleep-centric items, variety of PMS and women-centric items, stuff that tastes good, stuff that's going to get you high. They got pretty much anything you want in terms of those things. And if you guys have any recommendations, this wonderful individual here is the person to chat with any of your creative ideas, any of your cannabinoid requests. It's a fun world to be in, and we appreciate you. Nithya, thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
All right, everybody, we'll catch you in the next episode. Joey J. Ping out. We'll catch you